Luther here at the Chris Luther Real Estate team at eXp Realty. Just wanted to talk to you briefly today. We are at the end of 2023 as we shoot this video, and so wanted to talk to you about 2024 and the shifting market that we're going into, specifically for buyers. So what we're seeing right now is 2023 was obviously a tough year for buyers because the rates got up to over 8%, which kicked a lot of buyers out, put them on the sidelines, and made the affordability of trying to get a house virtually impossible for a lot of folks. And so as we move into the selling season for that first half of the year in 2024, I want to talk to you briefly about what the market's going to look like and how you as a buyer wanting to buy a house in 2024 can take advantage of everything that's getting ready to happen. So I've got a brief illustration here on the board, kind of want to talk to you a little bit about what's going to happen. And so we've got two columns here. The one on the left is the rates. The one on the right is the quantity of buyers that are coming into the market to buy in 2024. So all signs are pointing to the fact that we're probably going to get a little below 6 on the rates here in the first half of the year. Don't see us getting all the way down into the 4s. A lot of factors play into that, but the consensus is that we're probably going to get into the 5s for 2024. Now, why is that important? Right now, as we sit today, we're at about 6.6, which is up or down from 8.25, I think is where we were at about the height of the market for rates. And so the great news is that things are starting to come down and we see that trend continuing. And so the important thing that we need to factor in and look at for 2024 is, when do you buy? Everybody wants the best rate, and that's great. Can you go all the way down to the bottom? Yes, but the risk that you run, and here's what we want to make sure that all of our buyers are aware of, is the more we go down in rates, the more buyers come into the market. And what you run the risk of is, if you're waiting all the way down to the bottom, which may be 5.75, it may be 5.5, don't know quite yet. But the further you go down on that column, you're starting to run the risk of having to compete more for the house. And what happens is, when you have to compete more in the house, as we saw 2 years ago in the summer, prices were going up fast. And so what we want to do is we want to try and get you down to where we can get a comfortable rate for you, but also buy the house at the right price. So what ideally we want to do is try and get somewhere in this mid-range before too many buyers come into the market, buy the house at the right price, and then we can go back if rates continue to drop and refinance that house and get that house at the right price, but then make your monthly payment even less without having to compete and go and pay more for the house. Because 2 years ago in that summer, houses were going on the market, within a day there was 15, 20 offers, and it was driving the prices up. So you were paying more for the same house. And so we don't want to get you into that same situation again, and we fear that's what's going to happen. Everybody's sitting on the sidelines. We have a lot of pent-up demand, and the further we get down, the more buyers are going to come in and compete for these homes. So this is something we want to make sure everybody's aware of. The good news is a lot of our preferred lenders have refinance, no-cost refinance options that they can put you in. So if that's something that's interesting to you, we want to make sure we try and get the best deal for you, not only with rates, but with the price. So again, just kind of wanted to illustrate what the market's going to look like in 2024. Obviously, there's going to be some relief in terms of being able to make housing more affordability-wise, better for the buyer, but we've got to keep our eyes on how many buyers are coming into the market, because the more that come in, the more you're going to have to compete for those houses, because we still have a shortage. And the reason that is because new construction can't make up the gap. There's a lot of new construction going on, which is good and helps, but the reason we still have the shortage, and we're going to continue to have the shortage, is because anybody who either bought 2 years ago or refinanced, they're sitting on a house with a 2 to 3% mortgage. And so for them to sell that house with a 2 or 3% mortgage and then go out and buy one in the 5s to 6s doesn't necessarily make financial sense for them. So we're not going to see a ton of resale coming on the market like we traditionally do. Most of the people that are going to sell have to sell. They're not move up or move down buyers because the rates are still higher than what they have. And I do want to put a caveat in there. If you're waiting around for 2 to 3% mortgages, I don't know if we'll ever see that in our lifetime again. We may, but if you're looking right now specifically at 2024, I think you're going to see things level out in the 5% range. So just kind of want to give you my take on that, but also prepare you if you're thinking about wanting to buy in 2024, what the landscape's going to look like. So appreciate your time today. Hopefully that helped. If you've got any questions about buying a home or selling a home in 2024, please give us a call at the Chris Luther Real Estate Team. We'd love to help you. Thanks.